Happy Friday, my friends. Your weekend has officially started. You are very welcome along to this evening's Anfield Agenda news roundup. Throughout the course of this video, we're going to be talking about an offer that Liverpool have rejected for a player, and it isn't Trent Alexander-Arnold. We're going to be giving you the very latest from Arne Slot's pre-Manchester United press conference, and of course some transfer gossip along the way. You know the drill at this point. I'm going to talk for a little bit, then I want you guys to let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Drop a like on the video if you enjoy it, and of course we'd love you to hit that subscribe button. So I'm not going to hang around today. I have a lot to get into, so I'm going to get straight into it. Mohamed Salah, speaking about Arne Slot before he'd worked with him, he said, "Before I worked with Arne, I didn't realise and didn't expect him to be this good. Then when we started working, I wasn't really surprised at all how good he was. He's great with details, great with small things, doesn't have an ego, and when he makes a mistake, he's great on tactics." We love that. We love anybody who's a little bit humble. And I think you have to be humble to some extent to become the Liverpool manager. It's the way the city is, it's the way the people are, and it's the way we expect things to be conducted. So Liverpool are looking at another offer coming in, by the way, for Trent Alexander-Arnold from Real Madrid, and this one will also be rejected. It doesn't look like there is a world where Liverpool are going to entertain any offers for Trent as things stand in the January market. Now, maybe Real Madrid get extra ballsy and feel like there is a number, but reporting here from Simon Jones and many others suggest that Liverpool are going to rebuff any attempts to sign Trent Alexander-Arnold or take him away from Liverpool during the January window. Of course, we still don't know what's going on with regards to his future, and that I'm afraid I don't have too much of an update on at this moment in time. I can tell you all the things that you expect me to say, that Liverpool aren't giving up on it, that they're going to keep continuing to try to extend the deal. Real Madrid feel confident about it, and all the things that you're going to read and see. But ultimately, it's going to come down to a decision from Trent, and when we get that news, of course, we will bring it straight to you. Mohamed Salah, surprisingly perhaps, has said he wants to win the Premier League more than the Champions League this season. He said, "I really want it. As a team, we want it." And do you know what? It's a personal preference, isn't it? I'd love the Premier League title. Of course I would. I'd love to see Virgil and the boys lift that trophy up and celebrate it in front of an adoring Liverpool fan base. But I wouldn't say no to a Champions League either. Now, David Ornstein has been speaking a little bit about the Trent situation and the possibility of a January exit. And he said pretty much what I mentioned to you a moment ago. It would be a shock to many if he was to leave now. I think the summer is more likely, but there's still a bit of time to go this month, and there's still a bit of time for some twists and turns. Also, on Real Madrid from David Ornstein, he said, "Madrid are increasingly confident, we understand, but Liverpool will keep trying to renew Trent Alexander-Arnold, so it feels like it's on a bit of a knife edge." I don't like this, to be honest with you. I think at the very least Trent should be saying which club he wants to play for and take it from there. But, you know, I've had my say about this many times. You guys have had your say and said your thoughts many times. Ultimately, it's going to come down to what Trent wants to do. And hopefully we get an answer on that sooner rather than later. Now, the big breaking news of today is of an offer that Liverpool rejected that isn't around Trent Alexander-Arnold. Crystal Palace have put forward a £15 million offer to sign Ben Doak from Liverpool. Liverpool, according to Paul Joyce, would want about £30 million to do business for Ben Doak. Now, firstly, I want to know, would you sell him a £30 million? Or do you think that he could be a potential first teamer in the future? I really do believe he has the talent to get there, but I guess every player has a number, and if Liverpool don't feel the same as I do, or perhaps you do, then if they get the number they want, it looks like they're going to sell. Now, this does tally with what David Lynch has told me previously, that Liverpool aren't sure on the long-term future of Ben Doak, and I guess if you're not 100% convinced, there's always going to be a number. Other reports though, well, as I'm going to read out, Sky Sports think a bit differently on it. They said Liverpool believe Ben Doak is the best player in the Championship, but he is one of Crystal Palace's top targets for this month. I don't know where to go with this one, because in a normal world with normal owners and a normal club that isn't being run by cheapskates, I'd feel like we'll take the money and we'll reinvest it. Take the money, we'll go out there and bring in a player. But I don't think we really need the money at this much more as we need, or at this point more that we need players, which will mean the owners need to do their job. So I wouldn't be looking to sell Ben Doak unless the club were 100% that they didn't think there was a future there from. And then, of course, you just want the club to get every penny possible. But still, I don't know. I don't like the idea of making our squad even smaller, albeit Ben Doak is on loan this season, but I just mean the first team squad or the options available to Arna for the future. Another piece here from Sky Sports said Liverpool have knocked back approaches from several clubs, including Crystal Palace, for Ben Doak. Liverpool are happy with his progress at Middlesbrough and believe he still has a future. Again, you can see the conflicting reports there straight away. Still has a future, but also there's a number. I don't know. Let me know what you think on this one. Would you take 15 to 30 million pound for Ben Doak? Again, looking forward to reading your comments. Now we've got a few comments from Arne Slot ahead of the Manchester United game. He had his press conference earlier on today, and this is a little bit of what Arne had to say. On Trent, he said, I can tell you that he is playing on Sunday, and hopefully he brings the performances of the first half of the season. You saw how much he wants to be here and how much he wants to win here. We all saw that against West Ham. The pass he gave to Mo, I see him training every day, working his arse off. He will play on Sunday. On top of that, he said, do you really think I'll tell you what I said to Trent? I understand you know, but you know the answer. These conversations I've never shared. It's just about the same. I talked to them about things. It was a conversation as many as we had. Trent is... and let's leave it at that. So he didn't really go into details on that one. Then he went on to say, destabilising for Trent? If it did at this club, then we would really have a problem. One of the biggest clubs, everybody always talks about you for 12 months, sometimes in relation to other clubs. If that destabilises them, then there is a problem, not only now, but for the last 6 months. Then he went on to speak about our captain, Virgil van Dijk, and he was absolutely full of praise, as you would expect for Virgil. This is what Arne had to say about our captain. He said, I have a long list. Game intelligence, big, strong, fast, was impressed by his possession, and that was from the first session. I was like, wow, he can delay his choice, play the passes through the lines. He's a complete player. One of the best players in the world in his position. Of course, even for Virgil, we would like to see improvements. What I will tell you is this. He's also the one that leads the team from the start to finish. Training exercises, I hear one player, and that is Virgil. Positive energy, and he has done really, really well. That is the standard of this club. They had to keep it at this level, and that is what they have done, Mo and Virgil, for 8 years now. So there you can say the manager's impressed with our captain, as he should be. Also, one final bit here that's just coming into me as I'm finishing up this video. Crystal Palace, according to Sammy Mockbell, have not given up on signing Ben Doak and could return with more offers as the window goes on. Now, the very last thing I have for you folks is Mohamed Salah speaking with Sky Sports about his contract situation. He was asked, do you really believe it's your last year at the club? Salah, so far, yes. Into the last 6 months, there is no progress here. We're far away from progress, so we just need to wait and see. What is Hughes and the owners up to, folks? This is getting more and more embarrassing by the day. To hear that they're so far away still and that there's no progress, I think fans have every right to be wound up at this point, because Trent is a decision that Trent has to make, fair enough. But Virgil and Mo want to be here, want to stay, and the club are being cheap about it. They've got to sort this out. They've got to get these two men signed up, and it has to be dealt with quickly, or some heads need to roll, because it just cannot keep going on and having the potential to destabilise our season. So I'll be back tonight at 8:45 with the late night agenda. I hope you can join me for it. Tomorrow is going to be my day off, so there'll be 2 videos coming out tomorrow. The Manchester United preview and a second Manchester United preview with our friends from All Red. We're going to be talking about what they think coming up in the game with Sam. We're going to be talking about the January transfer window a little bit as well. So that will be coming out tomorrow. And I will then be back live on Sunday for the watch along of the Manchester United game, where of course we'd love you to join us. We'll start an hour and 15 minutes beforehand, as we always do. But tonight, Friday, we've a lot to get through. I have a feeling there's going to be more news between now and then. So do make sure you join me. And watching the darts isn't an excuse, because you can record the darts. Come on in here. We'll have some fun on Friday night. We'll talk about the very latest, and I'll catch up with you then. Again, remember, your weekend has started. Go have some fun. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.